Welcome. Welcome to Conversations with Sherry and Terry Ann. It's Wednesday, 9:30. Time for some conversation and fun talk. I am Terry Ann Porter, life coach, TA. It is time to defeat those lies of negative self-talk by changing your perspective, exploring possibilities, revealing new pathways onto which you can choose to proceed in truth. And today, you have just me. Sherry is busy with family today. She's having some much needed and enjoyable family time as the holidays come in. So Sherry is off with them, and you get just me today. But let's go on because the conversation isn't just me. You are invited to please join in the comments below and make a comment. As you know, we use a platform called StreamYard. If you are coming in through Facebook, sometimes we cannot see your name. I just get the word Facebook user, and that's okay if you want to leave it that way. But you are also welcome to go to streamyard.com/Facebook in another tab. Don't close this one. streamyard.com/Facebook and accept. So join in the conversation and let's go on. Next week, can you believe it? Next Thursday is Thanksgiving. Are you in a panic? Are you stressing? Are you excited and looking forward to it? The holidays can bring up all kinds of different feelings in people. And especially with the way things have been the last couple of years, there's a lot of extra tension added to the mix. So my question to you today is, are your holiday goals realistic? What do I mean by realistic? Those, the TV movies where everyone gets together and there's this great big gathering and fun, and we're sitting at the table and there's laughter. That is realistic for some families. For others, not so much. For example, one thing I was thinking about the other day, I was talking to someone who was saying, I really struggle with the holidays because, there's that cousin Sally Mae. I tell you what, she just irks me and just makes it so, I'm so uncomfortable there. So here's my question. How do you get around that? You're walking into the gathering already knowing Sally Mae is going to make your visit uncomfortable. So now you're already stressed before you even get there. I suggest, can you change your perspective before you go in? I know that Sally Mae is going to make some kind of a comment. She's not going to like my outfit, or she's going to put down my kids, or whatever. Instead of going in saying, well, I'm going to have to listen to her complain, can you go in with the option of, she's going to say something. I can't change it. I'm just going to let it bounce off. Then when you see Cousin Sally Mae and Cousin Sally Mae starts onto her thing, just stand there, shake your head, smile, think about something pleasant. Another option, what if you didn't talk to Sally Mae? Is the room big enough that you can stay at the opposite end and busy with other people around you that you don't have that private one-on-one conversation? That kind of family conflict, I know, is a big issue for a lot of people. If you change your perspective going in, can you deflect some of that irritating reaction? I know for myself, I find that if I will plan ahead, if this happens, I will. And you know what? I find a lot of times it doesn't even happen. But if it does, I've already got a plan. Now, I'm a detailed person. I've got my checklists all over the place. Having the plan helps me in the situation. Going in knowing I'm going to hear irritating comments from that person. You know what? I can't change that person. I can't change their comments. I can't change their point of view. I can change my reaction. So plan ahead for how will you react. A lot of times it can deflect. Oh gosh, another unrealistic, I think it's unrealistic holiday plan. There's that big meal. I want to lose weight. And all that food is sitting there. Oh, come on. Somebody's got to be understanding that situation. So what do you do when you've got all of these foods? The table is filled. And oh, that dessert table over there. I mean, I could live over there. Grandma's peach cobbler. My aunt's chocolate dish. My mother's cookies. Oh, that's a meal in itself. How do you handle when you have all of that food right in front of you? I don't know about you. I got to go in with a plan. As much as I love those desserts, I know that if I have one, I can't stop. I can stand there. I can look at it. I can smell it. I might even reach over and lightly touch it. But if I have a bite, I know that I will not be able to control myself and stop. Therefore, I have to make the conscious decision to stay away from that table and look at the others. Is it even possible to do? It's hard work. I have made it through holidays without a single dessert. Takes away that, a little satisfaction or joy or whatever. So I have to find my satisfaction and joy someplace else. Oh, I've got to concentrate now. I'm not going to have the desserts. What can I concentrate on? I want to take a step back just for a moment. I see that we have a few more viewers, and you're looking at Conversations with Sherry and Terry Ann. Where the heck is Sherry? Sherry is busy with family this week. She has the honor and pleasure and joy of spending time with her family. So you've got just me today. And we are talking today about realistic holiday goals. We've talked about, that irritating family member that always just seems to say the wrong thing. We have to make the choice not to let them bother us. We cannot control them, but we can control us. Will I react or will I respond? I'm going to learn how to just let it go. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. Hi, Carrie. And then that food. Make a decision before you step into the room. What food are you going to eat? How will you handle and control your food portions? Plan ahead. Don't just go in there and just go after all of it. What are some other things that are issues during the holidays? Now, we do have Thanksgiving coming up next week, but a lot of people are starting their Christmas shopping. That's a hard one. My first suggestion to achieve realistic holiday goals is don't go into debt. I struggle with spending the money, giving a gift that I think the person will enjoy and appreciate. And then they don't. I'm giving out of love, they're accepting, but is it going home and into the Goodwill bag? Is it something that they want? Is it something that I really do need to go into debt for? And am I spending all of that money to get them to love me? as kids, we only see the gifts coming out. And as we get older, we realize there's so much more beyond those gifts. We have to teach our children that as well. So how do you handle that? I see that, Michelle, stick to your boundaries, set your boundaries. And you're right. Sometimes it means having to say, no, I'm not going to go. You have to do what's best for you. Giving is, I like Michelle's comment. I love to give. I really do. But it's so much more than gifts. What can you give that goes beyond a gift? Can you give your time? Maybe one suggestion would be, next week, we are going to go out to dinner all by ourselves, and we're going to do such and such. Let's go to a movie together. Let's find a way to spend some time together. Time is often an excellent gift. What are some other things? Any suggestions that you can do besides going into debt and spending money? The spending money and going into debt kind of makes me think of, you go and you buy, especially the little ones. Oh, there are so many awesome gifts out there. Oh, I want to see the child play with this. And oh, wouldn't this be so much fun? And then you give them that gift. And what do they play with? The box. I could have wrapped a plain empty box and that child would have been happy. So think about those things as you're giving gifts. What is the true value? Here's an interesting one. I started focusing my gifts on experiences. This is coming from Carrie O'Connor. Membership to the zoo, tickets to a performance, a full day of making cookies if it's a young child. My grandchildren loved coming in and making cookies with me. That was such a joy. Okay, what else do we struggle with? We struggle with trying to do too many things in too short a time. Wow. We have Thanksgiving next week, Christmas 4 weeks later, and how many of you are struggling with a long list of things that you want to get done for the holidays? Plus your regular job, plus your regular routine of taking care of your family. And now we've added the holidays to it. How are you going to make it less stressful? You being stressed out for the holidays, Mom, you set the tone oftentimes in the family. If Mom's running on stress level, what is the family running on? So how can you step back from the stress and enjoy the holiday yourself? I found that a real problem for a long time. For many years, I would go to bed on Christmas Eve in tears. I haven't done enough. I haven't bought enough. I coulda, shoulda, woulda. Till finally the day I said, no, because it's more than that. And when I changed my attitude, the whole family's attitude changed. I now enjoy the holidays so much more than I ever did before, because I'm going in with an attitude of, I'm here to enjoy the time, make the memories, not to see who spent the most money on what gift. Hey, I want to throw this out to you, speaking of gifts. My children are not young. My daughters are in their 40s. Oh, they're going to hate I said that. But anyway, they've got everything they need. There's nothing that I can give them that they want or need. Because just like my husband, hey, if you want something, next thing you know, you say, I want it. There's an Amazon package on the doorstep. Surely you all understand it. I hope that you all understand and appreciate that. That's what happens. So what can I give them? We've made it a choice to make it time and fun. So here's what we do. The game is for gift giving, unless you find something you know somebody really, really wants. and you really do want to give, go ahead and give it. Other than that, we go to Five Below. Get your gift from Five Below. Well, now $5 has moved up to $7.50 and $10 at that store. But anyway, so we go there and we find something fun. Wrap it, and then we do the kind of game where things are traded all around. But the laughter that comes from that gift exchange and those fun, inexpensive things. It doesn't matter if they go home and into the Goodwill box after that. The joy that we have at that time has just totally changed our Christmas experience. And then we started adding, which action movies will we watch? Last year, we watched the entire Die Hard series. We sat there, we laughed, we enjoyed, we commented about the movie. So for us, it was Five Below, dinner, and a series of movies. Now, that's not for everyone, but that is what we started doing. And I got to tell you, we really enjoy that time together. And the memories we are making there are standing out more than the year that I drove all over the state of Missouri to find Cabbage Patch Dolls and Pound Puppies the year they came out. The kids they don't even remember that stuff. So stop and think about, what memories are you creating? What memories are you continuing with your family? Michelle wants to keep peace with no stress. So don't overdo. Missing the loved ones. I just want to be surrounded by people who love me. Best gift ever. I love that. Be surrounded by the people who love you. Oh, this Facebook user remembers those Cabbage Patch Dolls. They were hard to find. This was in the 80s, I think, maybe early 90s when they first came out. We drove all over. Oh, I found the Cabbage Patch Dolls actually a few years ago in some stuff, and I gave them to the girls. So isn't it funny? They don't necessarily remember getting them. They remember that they had them. So I think this is what I'm doing. Oh, hey, I like this idea. In fact, I was just looking for this. Dean's Trophy and Lee Summit at Belton transfers and carves a family member's recipe into a hot plate or cutting board. What a wonderful lasting memory. I was just thinking of that this week. And I called my mom and I said, okay, I want your Christmas cookie recipe. The 2 cookies that you make all the time, she made them from my father's mother's recipe. And I want to find some way to treasure that, not just have it written on a card and given to the kids. I want to find some way. So into a cutting board, some way to do that. I think that's a great idea. What can you do to treasure that? Got any more great ideas? Did I miss any in the comments? I want to make sure I don't miss any. Thank you all for joining in. We're keeping our time. Let's see. Making memories. This is what I like about the holidays now. Hey, I'll give you another idea. Last year, we did not take down the Christmas tree. It has been up all year long. I took off the ornaments. I think I found them at Walmart, and there's some at Hobby Lobby. Little tiny clothespins. I used those little tiny clothespins, and I put up family pictures all over the tree. I now have my very own personalized family tree. When we had a special celebration for my niece when she graduated college, I changed out some of the pictures and I had pictures of the whole family, but I put on more pictures of her into the center. When we had another event for another family member, I, with a bunch of other pictures, made sure that their pictures were front and center. Changed it around all year long. I stuck a teacup into the tree, kind of like an ornament. I've got a couple of teddy bears in the tree. If I don't have teddy bears around, something's wrong. The tree topper right now is a Kansas City Chiefs hat. See, that can change all year long. My husband was excited. He doesn't have to carry the tree downstairs and back upstairs and set it up. It's all there. It has drawn a lot of attention, but I love it because my pictures are now right there where I can see them all the time. I've just now got to go pull out some more pictures and change to it. So what am I going to do? The holidays are coming in. Am I going to decorate it for Christmas? You better believe I am. I'm going to go ahead. It's already got the lights. I'm going to add my ornaments in there. I'm going to change out my pictures, I think, to be Christmases from the past. Get them out of those boxes. What are they doing in the boxes anyway? I'm going to take my Christmas pictures out of the boxes and intersperse them all around with all the Christmas ornaments. Then come the new year, I'll change that out for something different. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'm a little strange some days. No, I'm creative. I'm a creative person, and I try to find ways to do things different. Let's see. That's the food. That's the Christmas tree. Oh, anybody want to come over and help me put up my inflatable teddy bear? Anyway, that's another story. That's going up, I think, today. I think it's a nice enough day I can get that out there today. We've got the Christmas tree up. What do you guys do for your Christmas tree? Do you have Christmas trees? I know a lot of people, when they get to be empty nesters, I've heard them say, oh, I don't bother with the Christmas tree. I do the Christmas tree not for anyone else, but for me. I like how I feel when I'm bringing out my Christmas decorations. I like how I feel when I walk into the room and I see the tree and the lights. I do it for me. I don't do it for anyone else. It's kind of like having it up all year. Some people have said, well, that's a weird idea. Maybe so, but I do it for me. Let's see, there's the Christmas tree, the decorating, the food, the family. What else is there over the holidays? Now, I don't know if you do this. The last couple of years, I did it and recorded it on YouTube. I don't think I'll do that this year. But if you read the book of Luke, there are 24 chapters in the book of Luke. Starting on December 1st, read one chapter a day, and it leads you right up to Christmas morning. It could be done with several other books. I think I'm going to try a different book this year, but I've done that the last couple of years. And I went ahead and recorded the reading. Part of it, because I was recording it each night, that meant I had some accountability and I had to do it. Sometimes we need something to encourage us to go forward. Because I love to bake cookies. I don't necessarily have to eat them, but I love to bake them. It's hard to do when there's no one around. It was nice when the kids were little, but there's no kids around the house. When I was first an empty nester, I would ask my neighbor, can I borrow your child? Why do you want my child? I just need a child in here while I'm baking cookies. Oh, okay. I do love this. Carrie reminds us, take time for self-care. What kind of self-care are you doing during the holidays? Don't get so tied up in the busyness of it all. Oh, and Michelle loves the Christmas lights. I love that. Christmas lights bring me joy. They bring me joy. And you know what I really miss? I always liked driving around and seeing all the Christmas decorations people were putting up and all the lights. That's kind of faded away over the years. There aren't near as many as there used to be. So I love driving around and finding those things. Oh, I love this. A November thankfulness journal. Yes, Linda, that's a great idea. How many of you do that? Do you do a thankfulness journal? November is a really good time to be reminded. And if you spend the month of November on thankfulness, where is your mind going? Keep that thankfulness attitude as you go then from November into December and the new year. It helps with that perspective that it all starts with your mindset. So start with the mindset of thankfulness, and November is a great month to do that, which, by the way, next week, Sherry will be back, and we will be talking about gratitude. What are we thankful for? And we're going to want to let's have a conversation next week about all of the things that we are thankful for, and go into Thanksgiving with that mindset. Wow. So many great things going on for the holidays. We're getting ready for Thanksgiving. And I am thankful for all of you for joining in and participating. I am excited for the upcoming holidays and our upcoming discussions. So next week, let's talk about what we are thankful for. But this week, start to make an effort on your mindset. How are you going to go into these next 5-6 weeks? How are you going to take care of yourself, your mindset, and make the holiday season stress-free? You cannot control what other people do. The only one you have control over is you. So it starts with your mindset and go from there. If someone's unhappy about it, let it go. You can't change them. You can only change your reaction to them, and let your reaction be, that's how that person feels, but that's not me, and that's okay. Until next week, thank you. Until next week, thank you everyone for joining in to the conversation, and make it a great week. We'll see you next week to talk about gratitude.